Flightboss, bitch. And you know, I'm about to talk about some of the motherfucking best aspects in motherfucking synastry. Now, you know, I've been looking at synastry for a while now, you know what I'm saying? Just to see how, because this could go towards anybody, like friendship, relationship, any domestic, any type of situation that you in. You know what I'm saying? You want to look at the synastry chart to see how y'all relate to each other. You know what I'm saying? No. Depending on what you're looking at is how you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to get deep, if you're in a relationship, that's when, or with anyone, that's when you want to know about the house. But if you just want to know about the basic 102 that you just have in everyday people and situations that you call associates, you know what I'm saying? Then basic sun, moon, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, all that shit is, anybody can know that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I want to say, if you want to talk about a relationship, then some of the best aspects you can have is not so much a sun on sun. You know what I'm saying? Sun on sun is just like what y'all both into. Like both people may be into the same thing, but if y'all moons is confused, then y'all feel differently about it. So you may be working on the same project, which is y'all sun sign. So y'all putting, which y'all consciously aware of, which y'all putting into action may be the same goals, but the way y'all go about it, the way y'all feel about it is different. So you may start to resent each other. You may feel like you don't understand each other or why you do what you do, and you grow apart. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing to learn from it. So it's like people get things mistaken. Like if you a square with a person or opposition or something like that, or a semi-square or in conjunction or something that is bad. No. Every angle holds its own significance. I repeat, every angle holds its own significance, which means it doesn't matter what kind of angle it is, depending on the aspects it's making, and depending on what planet it is that's making the aspect is, and what house is in, that depends if it's good or bad. The square, you look at somebody's chart or somebody's synastry chart and see a bunch of oppositions and squares or something like that. Don't get scared. Don't let these people out here tell you that there's something wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You may need a square in your life. Because you may be trying up with somebody and don't understand why things ain't moving forward. And you both looking at each other like, why things ain't moving forward? It's like we stuck here. Because you both on the same page so much that you don't even know you need other input from outer people to see how they're doing to get to where you got to go. You know what I'm saying? And that end up bad because you end up finding different people that can teach you something and you gravitate towards that. 9 times out of 10, that'd be a square or opposition. You know what I'm saying? Shit is deep, yo. But look, check this out. Some of the best aspects of like relationships. Now, if you a square person, say like you got your sun in Leo and your moon in Taurus. So you a square person as far as your actions and your reactions. Your actions as far as the sun and your reactions as far as the moon. Your emotional state as far as the moon, your actionary state as far as the how you put it into action as far as your sun. What people going to visually see. The sun, what is the sun? The sun is the light, the shine. What you need the light to actually see in the physical realm. So your sun sign is what you physically and what you show. This is what people see. They only can see from the sun. So the sun is what they see. So that's what they see from the. So that's why your rising is like your appearance, lightweight, and how your personality is, and your moon is behind the scenes, was orchestrating everything. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So check this out. The fucking sun. Like if you're a square person, now you need another square person. Because check this out. If your sun is in Leo and your moon is in Taurus, then say you with a person who's a trine or a sextile, their sun may be in Taurus, but their moon is in Pisces. So it's a sextile. What happens here is the person, you may be understand each other to a certain degree because you both have a Taurus influence. But at the same time, with sun and moon conjunctions is one of the most powerful aspects ever. So you're going to gravitate towards each other. You know what I'm saying? But what happens here is the person who's a trine with themselves is going to feel more comfortable with themselves, and they're going to wonder why you always nervous about something or you always worried about something. And this could cause problems down the line. But depending on how close the conjunction is, and other planetary aspects and shit, that can smooth things out, Now, the Mars and Venus. Now, look, this is another trick too. This is another thing you want to look for. Planets hold, they like hermaphrodites, but they still hold certain degree of more masculinity than another one hold more degree of feminine. Like the moon, Venus, feminine. You know what I'm saying? Mars, Saturn, the sun, masculine. You know what I'm saying? Saturn kind of here and there though. You know what I'm saying? You will never know because it don't reflect the light. So you really can't see what it is, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? So what happens here is it's like you want to be the male of the planet, and it works best when the female is the female planet. Like for example, if your sun is in, say your sun is in Libra, right? Then instead of the female's sun being in Libra, it would be better if her moon was in Libra because females more relate to the moon and males relate more to the sun. That's a whole nother video. So, you know what I'm saying? What happens here is this builds a bond. So either opposition or conjunction between the two. You know what I'm saying? It'd be better if the female has the same moon sign as the male sun sign. Now, it's still going to work if it's the other way around, but in this case, it'll show that the male have female tendencies. Not to say that the way he act or move or flamboyant or he's gay or anything like that, just the outlook of the situation. Like the female may take more of the role of the person that's seen as the person that's upholding a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like in this case, for an example, the guy may be everywhere cheating around and the girl chasing the guy around. But if it's the other way around, then if the girl's cheating, then it'll be the guy looking for the girl. You know what I'm saying? It's that little cartoon story right there. You know what I'm saying? Just for an example, But some more powerful aspects just for anybody. When the male Mars conjunct the female's Venus. You know what I'm saying? Boom. That's another instant sexual attraction right there. Because right there it shows that the woman feel and understands the way the guy shows his sexual expressions. And then vice versa, the Mars needs the Venus sexual expression when it's conjunction. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's a sextile trine, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, it's like, it's cool. It's just more relatable. You could get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? A trine a little better than the sextile. The sextile, it can almost act as a square, but a relatable square. Like if you argue, it's a cheerful argue. It's like a laughing matter. You know what I'm saying? But a trine is more like a get. Matter of fact, let me set this in stone real quick. The trine is like the friend. Y'all on the same page. The sextile is the relationship, like how you can understand each other. The square is what you can learn from each other. The opposition is what you can add and take away from each other. The conjunction is you're the same person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the conjunction is always the most powerful. Because it's like you're the same person. You already understand each other. And let me remind you, all of them have their gifts, perks, and falls. You know what I'm saying? So don't think just because you got a lot of conjunctions with somebody that it's all good. And don't think that just because you got a lot of squares and oppositions with somebody that it's all bad. You know what I'm saying? It's all about balancing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how everything was made anyway. It's balanced. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just some little shit. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like talking about it real quick. Um, some other serious aspects is like the moon conjunct Venus, the sun conjunct ascendant. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you see a conjunction, it's gonna be instant. You ever met somebody and it was just instant, like and you just always feel connected to that person? That's why it's a conjunction. You come from a piece of the same place, and if it's in the more relatable signs, just like friendships, it doesn't even matter. Like if it's in the same relatable signs in different planets, this is how the different planets is relating to each other on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So you be the same person in different aspects. Like your actions may be the same as a person's way of obtaining knowledge. A person way of getting money may be the same way of a person way of keeping his priorities straight. Like it's different. So it works together. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's best if it's a sun and moon instead of a sun and sun. Sun and sun is y'all gonna be just doing the same thing. A sun and moon is y'all gonna be helping each other do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a butt head situation. It's a together situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the relationship between two planets, not the relationship of the same planets. Any relationships that go on with the same planets, it's like butting heads. You know what I'm saying? So if you have like a sun and sun conjunction, that's butting heads. So it's almost like an opposition. If you have a moon and moon conjunction, you know what I'm saying? You want to have relatable planet conjunctions, not same planet conjunctions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people with same planet conjunctions in their own chart could turn out gay. You know what I'm saying? Like if a person Venus conjuncts their Mars when they was born in their natal chart, a lot of these people grow up and tend to turn out gay. And I'm not saying gay in a derogatory way or form or fashion. Like if that's what you do, that's what you do. Like I'm just giving examples. You know what I'm saying? Like same way giving examples for a serial killer. Like you know what I'm saying? A lot of people who have Mars opposite Venus are serial killers. You know what I'm saying? And they grow up not feeling like they got affection, so they take it. And a lot of them may end up rapists. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So depending on other aspects, angles to that angle itself, the opposition between the Venus and Mars is how far a person would take it. But a person will have little tendencies of love loss when Mars is opposite Venus in their chart. And to a certain degree, Venus opposite the moon, but it's a little different because the moon use other things to replace that nurture that it felt the need that it didn't is not getting love. So it may feel like the moon opposite Venus, people may not feel like they're getting love from people, so they overcompensate with it with maybe overspending on themselves or overdoing things like say like people they're around a crowd of people, a lot of people who drink, they may be the ones who may go get something to drink or may go get a lot of weed or a lot of dope or whatever like that to try to sell and help supply everybody with it just to receive that love that they feel like they're missing. You know what I'm saying? Even moon opposite Venus, sometimes parents when they grow up, they don't feel like they got love from their parents. You know what I'm saying? It's like a distance of feelings because your moon is your emotional state, but Venus is how you feel, is what you feel, and what you associate with love or whatever like that. And that's how you feel. And without love, it wouldn't be pain. All this comes with how you feel. Venus handles that. So if you have Venus in an air sign, you're detached with feelings. So if your moon in a water sign, it's like you feel, but the way you express it is detached if your Venus is in an air sign. And it's a lot. It's just a lot of man. This shit is deep, man. But for real though, like this fucking video about to go 15 minutes because YouTube be hating on my channel. You know what I'm saying? But Flightboss, bitch, you know for sure.